Hey guys, I'm here for the next tutorial, and a lot of you have requested either the list of all the makeup, which I went ahead and posted. You can see every product that I have in my bag that I use every day or pretty regularly. There's a couple of extra things I have, like if it's like a bright lip color or something like that, but those are all like very rare or very special occasions, and in which case you all will probably go buy some kind of, just like you'd buy shoes for an event, you would buy a lip color or something like that. So we'll get into those as things progress or we get to them. But for today I wanted to show you a basic do of my foundation and face makeup. So this is my face without any makeup at all. I washed my face last night before bed, and some people wash their face first thing in the morning. I don't have enough oil to like need to wash it. If I had like done something where I was sweating or clean and I needed to, then I would, or if I got in the shower, I just do it out of habit. But those are things we can talk about later. Make sure you use a really good exfoliator and make sure you moisturize. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to use today. I'm going to go ahead so you can see it and use the Photo Ready, Revlon Photo Ready. This is a primer, and this is going to help fill in all the fine lines and stuff, and it also helps keep your makeup on all day. It's also, for some reason, when I posted the link for the Target list so you can purchase everything all at once or see all the products right in one spot where you can get them, Revlon products would not add to the list, and I'm not sure why. So you can choose a different primer if you'd like, but there is not a primer in that list. So make sure if you get this one that you go ahead and add it yourself, or that you pick a different one on your own, whatever you want. And then also the Revlon liner pen for eyeliner, which I showed yesterday in the smudge proof video. So just make sure that you add those two products yourself. You can pick a different brand if you want, but for some reason the Target website wouldn't let me add it. Okay, so my basic makeup is the e.l.f. This is the Flawless Finish Foundation. And mine, I use the one in Buff. It's the darkest color they have. It's got an SPF 15 and it's oil free. And I'll just show you a little bit here on my hand so you can see with my skin tone how it kind of, you can see it kind of blends in pretty well depending on the light. And it's really thick right there too. But, so anyways, use the back of your hand and you can kind of find which color you need. I always recommend, that your foundation is lighter than your skin tone. Obviously if your skin is patchy, that's not going to happen. I like to have darker skin just because, so that's something to keep in mind, but use your bronzer powder as the thing that makes your skin darker. Also, if you want like a thinner look, today I'm just going to do like regular makeup. If you want a thinner coverage, because that makeup, the e.l.f. makeup is really thick, you can add a couple of pumps of your moisturizer to it and thin it out, just equal parts, and it becomes like tinted moisturizer, and you can kind of choose your layer of coverage that way. The next thing is my bronzer, which I'm using the CoverGirl True Blend Minerals, and this is color 435 Golden Sunrise. But again, you can pick whatever color for your skin. You want your bronzer to be dark, or at least to be able to build nice and dark, because that's what's going to contour for you. I skip a pressed translucent powder because the bronzer does both for me. I've also got, like I showed you yesterday, my CoverGirl concealer stick, and this is number 730 Neutralizer. And then I've got my blush, which I described in the list is just any really pink blush. You don't do those bronzer blush combos, like kind of brown, kind of pink, because you'll end up with like red all over your face. You don't want that. You want a really good bronzer, and then you want a really pink blush. So this is, it's broken, but here's my, from Clinique. I've had it forever because you're not going to use that much of it because it's really pink. But it's from Clinique, and so it was a gift. I wouldn't probably buy it on my own from Clinique. You can get a cheap one from wherever. But this is number 111 in Breathless Berry is the title or the name of this color from Clinique. And then the two brushes that I have to use for this application of just my face. They're old, so I don't think you can get the same exact color anymore. Like they have a wood stick, and I don't think you can get the wood stick anymore, but they're the Sonia Kushik ones from Target, and they're, this is my big fat powder brush. You can see to my hand how big the top is, and then there's, this is the powder blush brush, and it says that right on the package. So anyways, this one would also be called, if you purchase separately or like smaller with a smaller stick, is like the Kabuki brush. So anyways, if you've got brushes at home that you like and use, that's totally fine too. You don't have to buy new brushes just because. Okay, so let's get started. I've got my Revlon photo ready, finished, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pump some out. One pump of it is plenty. And then I'm gonna put it where I put most of my makeup. So like here on my cheeks, down the sides of my nose, and up into right here between my brows. And then I'm just gonna use my hands. The warmth of your hands is a really good tool. And you're just gonna like spread it out. So just kind of blend it out. If I don't have my hair up, like if I already have my hair down or something, I'll put a headband on so I don't get, especially like blondes, we can get like makeup in our like baby hairs all around our face. And if you got brunette hair, if it's lighter makeup, it will end up doing that. You don't want that. Okay. So then I've got my e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, and I'm just going to do 2 pumps of that. And again, if I was doing like a thinner makeup, like if I was just like going to go outside or something like that, or maybe you're going to, I don't work out, but maybe you're going to go to the gym and you just want to like have some really light coverage so that you know, feel better about yourself while you're walking around. Just like half a pump or 1 pump, and then equal parts of your moisturizer, and just mix them together in your hand, right on your fingertips, and it will be like a see-through version of your foundation. It's really awesome. So anyways, I'm just rubbing it on my fingertips like this. You can see it nice and whatever. And I'm just gonna start here, and I put it all up on my eyes. You can see the yellow in it, so keep that in mind too. So now I'm just rubbing it, getting it all over. Come all the way down, all the way back to your ear and down your jawline like this. You don't want to have like a line here. It's really tacky, so don't be the girl that does that. All the way up into my hairline. I'm just like kind of blending it back so that it doesn't saturate my hair, but also gets all the way up in there. And I'm not worried about my eyebrows because that's to define later. So, and then you'll feel I've got most of the makeup here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and like, before, kind of spackle it to let it start to dry, so I'm not rubbing it all completely off. And you'll feel it start drying out on your face. Okay. So, there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and just give my hands a rinse because I don't want tons of makeup all over my hands while I do the rest. So I just wash my hands really quick. And then I'm gonna get my True Blend Minerals powder. It comes with like a puff on the top. I don't use this. You're gonna get really bad circles. So I'm just shaking the disc because it's got like holes in it to get some product up on the top. And then I'm just gonna dip my brush and then I'm gonna tap it on the side so I don't have too much product. So now here's the trick with like contouring. This isn't like extreme for photography or anything. This is just like everyday whatever. You want to highlight the natural highlight points and contour natural contour areas. So like anywhere there's shadow, you're just accentuating the shadow. So for example, I'm going to show you a face. We all have our makeup faces when we, you know, mascara or whatever. And so one of them for contouring, you'll see, if I turn this way slightly, you can see this shadow line just under my cheekbone. And if I make a fish face like that, you can really see that line really clearly. Right there and right there. And so that's where I'm going to start with my contouring. And also a good rule of thumb, my mom actually learned this trick from a QVC package, but the lady said to make a 3 on the side of your face, and that's kind of a good reminder if you're kind of like freaking out and you don't know where to start. If you were to start here and make a 3 along the side of your face and then down like this into your neck so you don't have that line. Again, that's a good rule of thumb. So with the product on my brush, I'm just going to start and all the way up to my ear, coming all the way down. And I'm just going to do it again. Okay, so you can see that it's really deep. And then I'm gonna drag some product all the way down from here, the back of my neck like this, all the way down to my collarbone, and it blends in here. But your face is always gonna be lighter, especially if you're exfoliating like you should be. You're scrubbing away all the skin from the day and you're not gonna have much of a tan left anyways. So the other side I'm gonna go ahead and do all the way up, all the way down. A little bit more. And I'm going to bring it down back from behind my ear and here at my jawline, just to make sure that all gets blended so there's not like a line crazy like that. Okay, so I have 2 really dark lines now that you're probably like, okay, how's that going to work? A little bit more product, and I'm going to do top of my nose like this, and my chin. Again, bring it down so you're not the girl with the crazy orange or brown line at your face. Brush loses some pieces sometimes. Okay, I need to shake this a little bit more and get a little bit more up in the disc. Okay, so now I'm going to do just above, kind of like at your temples, above your eyebrows like this, and into your temple like that. And on this side. Okay, and then I just want to blend it a little bit, so I'm just lightly gonna go over my entire face. I'm not really putting a whole lot of product anywhere else. I'm just blending it all so I don't have any harsh lines anywhere. Okay, so there's that. Then I'm going to take my blush brush and my Breathless Berry blush, get a little bit on there, actually quite a bit. You'll be able to see the pink on the tip of the brush. And then just on the apples of your cheeks are you going to put the blush. So if you were to do this, you can see right here, this big fat part of your cheek. That's what you want to highlight, because if you were to actually blush, if like your husband or your boyfriend or the biggest crush walked in the room and you like felt blood rushing to your face, that's where it would go first. And like back in the day, or if you're like in a pinch, you can like pinch your cheeks and it will happen, the same thing will happen. So this is just adding fake pigment to make that happen all the time. So right here on the apple of your cheek, I'm doing almost a complete circle. See that? And on the other side. And then I'm just gonna drag it up onto my cheekbone, which is the top of this line that I contoured earlier. And I'm just using the blush to kind of, or the brush to kind of blend it out a little bit on the tip of my nose, because I like to think about if I were to get sunburned where it would happen. And for me, that's on the tip of my nose and my cheeks like this. Okay, so there's that. Because the light's on this side of the camera, it looks a little bit different, but if I turn, it's about the same. Okay, so there's my blush. And then to finish, I know, contrary to popular belief, everyone thinks you should do your concealer before your actual makeup. Well, don't. You'll wipe it off. So I'm going to take the concealer stick now, and like a freak, I'm going to put it all up here like this. And all down here like this. Now, as a mom, I can tell you, you're going to have dark circles as a parent. What coffee can't fix, concealer will cover, and that's my motto for life. So I'm going to use my finger and spackle, and the warmth from my finger is going to kind of drag this product all over. But I'm just blending it around and down. I can bring it down the side of my nose to highlight and up to the edge of my brow, and then across the top of my brow even, because that will help whenever I do my brows, if I make an error, I can easily just like wipe it up. Bring it all the way down to the other side. And you can drag this out a little bit to the side of your face, kind of where if you were wearing sunglasses during the day, that would be where the strap or the limb of the glasses would go. So I'm just blending this out all the way down the side of my nose and into the side of my mouth. You can use more hands at once. Just blending, blending, blending. There we go. Okay, and then I'll just take my big powder brush, and I haven't added anything to it, but I'm just gonna kind of go over the areas to kind of blend the powder back onto where I've added concealer. Okay, so you can see how it really brightens your eyes, and it makes the white of your eyes pop and that sort of thing. It gets rid of all that like tired look, which for me happens a lot. And then I would go ahead and fill in my brows here because you've got makeup all in these and you do not want that. So I know that in the list I added that as part of your eye process, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you that now so that you can see exactly what should happen. So I just have this is my Twist Step pencil. It's just a dark brown. It's actually a liner pencil. But I'm just gonna come in here and where my brows are in small strokes. Don't start right at the end, you're gonna have a dot. You just wanna go in the direction of the hair and then down, and then on the top too, and down, and then the other side. And down, and top, and down. And then I'm just gonna take, actually my spoolie is in my wallet because I use it so often, and I don't have that here with me, so I'm just gonna use a regular old eyebrow brush to show you for the sake of today. I'm just gonna brush that in so that there's not a hard line and it just kind of blends. And then if I like need to clean it up, there's plenty of concealer on my face to just kind of rub it out. And then this one. Again, you're just brushing so that there's not like a drastic pencil line. Don't draw your eyebrows on people, please, okay? It's never looked good on anyone. Okay, so all I've done, and it looks really dramatic and dark. The first few times you're gonna do that, you're gonna be like, I do not wanna go out, my eyebrows look like I have dyed them and messed up. And like right now it kind of looks funny, but once you put all of your face, like your eyeshadow on and things like that, your liner, they're just gonna like fade into the background. And trust me when I say, like, especially for photos, especially for like public events or things like that, you're gonna wanna fill them in or they just get lost, excuse me, in the background, and you don't want that to happen, because then you ever seen pictures of people without eyebrows, it looks really bad. So anyways, that's basic face makeup for today. Excuse me, I have like gunk in my throat. And I hope you guys learned a lot today, and we will continue building the different elements of a face. I'm really excited and really just stoked about the feedback that I've gotten from you guys. So keep the comments coming, keep telling me what you want to see and what you want to hear, and keep taking the polls, because the next tutorial I'm going to do is actually on the big, huge teased out waves, because that was where the most votes were for in the poll at the bottom of the blog page. So make sure you take the polls. I'll go ahead and post a new one here, maybe tonight, and that way you guys will be able to put your input in on the next blog topic. And also stay tuned, because next week I'm going to do my first giveaway, so we'll talk about that when the time comes. Awesome. You guys have a great rest of the week and weekend if I don't post anything else until then, and see you later.